Hello YouTube friends. In the summer of 2025, we visited the Wind Point Lighthouse located in Racine Harbor, which is in Wisconsin. Like many lighthouses, this one has a history that is interesting to follow. It started functioning in 1880. There was the residence next to it, the keeper's residence. Eventually, over time, it became part of a national park. And it still functions today and is maintained by the Coast Guard. Next to the residence is a storage facility. It is not original to the building or the property. It was added. You can see the residence into the top right, a storage facility, and another shed to the middle left of the picture. Those were added as part of this becoming a national park. And this was designed by a Civil War commander, Orlando Metcalf Poe. He actually oversaw the construction of the lighthouse and its surrounding area as it was being built. You can see the light has gone through many iterations and upgrades, and today it is an automated system maintained by the Coast Guard. Next, we're going to take an aerial view from the back of the residence, the keeper's residence, looking at the lighthouse. So we're going to get up high, and wow, you're going to see how beautiful this is. Look at the background. This is the lake. It was a windy day when we went. You can see the currents breaking as they come in. Look at that beauty. Just gorgeous from this view. You can see by the little flag waving there how windy this day was. And you can hear that current in the background as well. So we're going to get a little bit closer to see what we can see of the existing light system. Notice that this lighthouse is still very well maintained. The balcony wraps around, and at the very top there is the new light system. So we're getting a little bit of a look at that. I thought it would also be nice to take a look at the area surrounding the lighthouse. So we're going to move the camera a little bit and turn it around. There we get more of a view of the lake, and we see how it extends out. And then as the camera continues to turn, it's coming back to the inland, and there we see some residences coming up that are surrounding this property. Everything looks so beautiful and nicely manicured. And then we've gone all the way around, and we're coming back to the lighthouse and the lake again. Let's just take a tiny bit closer look and see if we can see that light system a little bit better up there. Looks so pretty. Well, we're back on the ground, and we're following a pathway. It starts in front of the residence home. And to the left there is a building. That is the Foghorn building. We'll take a closer look at that in a little bit. We're going to be passing right alongside the lighthouse, and notice how it is connected to the residence there. So that makes easy access from the residence to the lighthouse. It's not too common to see those connected like that. I've never seen that before. Up ahead is the fuel house. Originally, the fuel house and corresponding boathouse were built at a later time on the property, not at the same time that the lighthouse and the Foghorn building were built. But we'll find out a little bit more about those in just a moment here. Let's get a closer look. So it looks like the fuel house was built a few years after the lighthouse, and there was a boathouse. That is no longer there, and it was actually destroyed in a storm and is now underwater still there. So there's the fuel house, and as we continue to walk closer towards the lake, we get a better view of the beach area and the waves breaking. If I didn't know better, I would think that this was an ocean scene, On a day like this, with the currents coming in as strong as they are, it just reminds me of a beach that we might find off of an ocean. So pretty. Listen to those waves. Just relaxing. It's really nice to be here on this day, even though there really wasn't sun. Really added to the ambience. So I'm turning the camera around, and now we're going to head to the Foghorn Building. As we get closer, we can see a timeline that's posted and exactly when some things were first built and used. Here, this is considered a museum now, as it was built in the 1900s. And we're going to get a closer look here of the actual horns. They don't use these anymore because we have that updated lighting system. They're not necessary, but they're part of a historical memory now. And we can see where the Foghorn Building is compared to its location to the lighthouse on this map here. So this property has undergone changes over time. Nice that they left this building intact. Well, that is the end of our visit. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful view and learning about Wind Point Lighthouse. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you here with me. Take care, and I hope to see you next time.